Good morning. Today we're going to go over erosion. Erosion is the process by which a natural force such as water, ice, and wind can wear away rocks and soil and natural materials from Earth's surfaces. Particularly today we're going to focus on water and the rain. So we have our setup here. And I'll be going over what each of the elements that we have for our erosion project will be right now. So for our materials, we have a jug of water. We have the soil that was placed in each one of our land surfaces. We have the 3 cups that our water fall from the rain will fall in from each of our surfaces. So here we have soil, and then here we have the same soil but with sticks and dead leaves. And then on this side we have the same soil but we have some plants with roots in them growing. So we're going to be pouring the water in each one of these, and we're going to see how the water can shape our land. So for our first surface, we're going to do our soil here, and I have my cup and I'm going to be pouring the water into the surface soil. Okay, so I have my jug of water and we're going to be placing it into our soil surface. So I have my cup here and we're going to start pouring some water. And we're going to see how this water represents rain, and how as we pour the rain, here we have the water already pouring out. Water is already pouring out. I'm going to be pouring in a little bit more water. So the rain already is, as you can see, serving as a natural force and washing away the soil into our water here that we have. And I'm going to be pouring more. And there it goes. There's water. I'm going to show you how cloudy water. Here we can see how cloudy and full of particles of soil this water cup has. It's pretty dark. You can see that the water that is pouring down is a little brown, and that comes from the water force pushing out the soil, since it's purely soil, into our bottle. So up next, we're going to see how erosion plays a role on our surface level of land that has soil, sticks, and dead leaves. And we're going to see how the natural force of rain shapes the land differently than how our surface level just with soil did. So here we are pouring in the water. We can see that the leaves and the sticks are rising. And here we have the water already dripping down. Pour this a little bit down here. There it goes. So the leaves and the sticks definitely are rising, and there's our overflow. And the water that is being pushed out from the surface is a bit cloudy, but not as dark and full of particles from our last soil-based surface. So I'm gonna be doing a close-up for you guys. Here it is. The water looks much more clear. You can see that the water level rises, but most of the soil is not into our water cup here. So you can see how sticks and leaves can hold together the soil a bit longer for our cup water base to be much more clear and less full of particles of soil. So next up, we're gonna do our surface level that represents if our land had vegetables or any plants growing out on them. So we're using the same soil, and we are just including plants with roots that are growing in here. So we're gonna be pouring in the water just the same way that we've been pouring it into each of our cups here in our surface level. Place the cup under there, and I'm gonna start by pouring in some water. So erosion is already happening here. We have our water pouring down. There it is. I'll be doing a close-up for you guys. There is our water flow. You can see it's much more clear. And we have mustard greens growing here. We also have a pathos plant with roots, and we have bok choy with some flowers. Here we have the 3 examples of our cups. So here is the outcome of our 3 erosion examples. So here our cup is the representative of our soil-based surface. So this is just pure soil, and how the rain clearly washes off most of the soil away, and that's why we have so many particles of soil here, and our water is very dirty and cloudy. Moving on, we have the water cup full of the water that was pushed through leaves and sticks here. So you can see that we still have a bit of particles in here and in the bottom of our cup, but compared to this one, our water is much more clear. Moving on, here is our cup with our soil-based with plants and vegetables planted into the soil. Clearly, from the 3, this water cup is much more clear than this one and this one. Now, why is that? The water that was running through our surface with soil and plants, as we have here, the plants hold together our soil with their roots. So that causes them to retain a lot of the water instead of letting it flow through the surface and giving us this. So here are 3 examples of erosion and how water can shape our Earth's surface. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys understood and hope you try it at home. Thank you.